Very lucky. I had to take, we should take the RJ Street Metro Tech, but there was a stalled train
Yeah,
on J Street.
when I got into City Hall, W was there and it was there for 5 minutes. I was like, and then it left and then the R was right behind it.
Mhm.
But you could tell it was something that occurred because of the thing.
Yeah.
And then my colleague, she sits on CB7. Today they're meeting too. Today's their regular meeting. They meet from 7 though, from 7 to 9 normally.
Brooklyn, Manhattan?
No, the person that passed away in Brooklyn, CB17.
CB17, yeah.
So she was leaving and she told me, oh, my chair passed away on Monday. I was like, young guy.
Roderick, yeah,
Yeah.
cancer.
Yep, she told me, she said he had cancer. She said, so she left at the same time I left so she could make it to her meeting. I don't know, Gladys called or not.
Gladys, yeah, she emailed me, she's sick.
Plus, one of my colleagues passed away today. Minerva Zoya, she was in hospice. She literally passed away after 4 p.m. today. So.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting form. We're at 13. Men. Hot. And like a perfect storm, a lot of people are sick. Oh, I'm glad the microphone didn't catch that. Hey, John. Good.
I think the final one, did you see the final one? No, no, which final one? Yeah. The most that I sent. Oh, wow. Yeah. A little aspirational, but they sort of after that. Well, they are making, they're not that. Well, do you remember Oh my God. Yeah, when I was in the. Yeah. But, for me, yeah. Then finally I got really sure. I'm not again. It wasn't a two one, so I was meeting many of my own work with her. And I heard all the. Oh, there's like a library you look at, but, you know, you need to. You might need to go. Yeah. Literally, she marked it. No. You made it fun on my little. You know? Yeah. That works. Yeah. Have you ever been to? No. Well, so like I don't post the mark and put it there, we'll all get together, right? I feel like, oh, yeah. When you reach the end. I'm not a, yeah, once we call it.
Good evening, everyone. We're gonna get started. We do not have quorum, but we're gonna go through some things that we can and see if quorum shows up. 10, 15, 16. Oh. Huh? Oh.
I don't know, that's what you just asked.
So we're going to take attendance, call our roll, just confirm we don't have quorum, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I will be calling your name. Once you hear your name, say here or present. Those that are on Zoom, just unmute yourself and say here, present, and mute yourself once again. Thank you. Diana Aguilar. Grisel Amador. Thank you. Damian Andrada. Jalia Bailey. Thank you. Joan Body. Thank you. Gladys Bruno. Jerry Chan. Thank you.
I'm sorry,
Esteban.
present,
Okay, Gladys, we acknowledge you. You don't count towards quorum.
yes.
Esteban Chavez. Thank you. Richard Cador. Carrie Conte. Thank you. Maria Cruz. Thank you. Danny DeBear. Thank you. John DeLuper. Thank you. Gabino Morales Escamilla. Cynthia Felix.
Present.
Thank you. Matthew Florkowicz. Jamie Freed. Thank you. Ken Fung. Thank you. Xiomara Garcia. Diana Gonzalez. Thank you. Hector Gonzalez.
Here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Talisha Gonzalez.
Here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Nicole Huang. Nicholas Jackson. Dan Kaminsky. Thank you. Jeremy Kaplan. Aaron Keith. Thank you. Wei Ko. Thank you. Paul Mack.
Here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Antoinette Martinez.
Hi, here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Jonathan Martinez. Rosie Mota. Julio Peña III.
Present.
Thank you. Michael Pepin. Thank you. Karen Rolnick.
Here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Joanna Romero.
Here.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Patricia Ruiz. Thank you. Damaris Santiago. Samuel Sierra. Kalina Surma. Michael Tom. Faye Walker. Thank you. Catherine Walsh. Cesar Zuniga. Okay, roll call's been called.
Thank you. We do not have quorum. So we're gonna do, let's do public comment. Is there anyone here from the public who wants to speak on anything they want or an item on the agenda? Come on up. Just give you the microphone.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Testing. Wonderful. Okay. So I'm hearing that we don't have quorum, so I assume this will be more of an FYI item and potentially address the next Community Board 7 meeting. My name is Arthur Rodriguez. I am the Chief of Staff to the President of Greenwood Cemetery, Mira Zoshi, who started last July. I started in September. I'm very excited to be before you all today. We brought a proposition of a Greenwood Greenway to the Community Board Transportation Committee last week. And we would like, and I'm happy to be here still, to discuss with you all the proposal behind this with the hopes of passing a resolution of letters of support being sent to the Brooklyn Borough President and the heads of the Brooklyn Delegation Committee for funding. So I'll get more into this. Essentially, the southern perimeter of Greenwood is currently a no man's land of illegal parking and overnight RV and truck, illegal dumping and overnight RV and truck parking. And it does not have much sidewalk there, and the sidewalk that does exist there is in a state of disrepair. And so we have looked at the 311 complaints from the last year, and 20 of those are because of illegal dumping. And because there are parked cars there, it also obscures the illegal dumping that's happening, so it's allowed to go on unchecked. Essentially, we would love to have a greenway come through Fort Hamilton and make a right on 37th Street and then down 36th. And this would be replete with a pedestrian boulevard with planters that would be maintained by Greenwood. as well as a two-way bike lane and a new entrance at 9th Avenue that we would like to build. This total estimated project would be $15 million we're thinking. And so we have asked both the Brooklyn delegation at the City Council and the Brooklyn Borough President's Office for a fiscal year 27 ask of $3.3 million to complete the design process, which would center largely on the community engagement piece. We came to the Transportation Committee last week to talk about this. It was very clear that the design process needs to incorporate input as well as the culture of the community. We need to address the fact that this bike lane needs to be protected and look at what works and what doesn't work in other bike lanes and greenways in the city. And we also know that this community engagement phase will have to account for the fact that there will be a lot of loss of parking. We've looked at the length of road that we're discussing, and it would be about an elimination of 150 spots, largely are used by the MTA workers who work at the MTA depot right next door. So we know that when we do this community engagement, it would need to engage MTA, and we would work very closely with them to create a mitigation plan. As I mentioned, we applied for funds from Brooklyn Borough President's Office and the Brooklyn delegation. And so we, in the future, hope to discuss a resolution being passed by Community Board 7 to send 2 letters of support, one to the Brooklyn Borough President and one to Councilmember Osei and Councilmember Joseph, supporting this Greenway initiative. And I will be here after the meeting. I'm happy to answer any questions. But yeah, don't want to take too much more of your time. Thank you for having me.
Excuse me, very, very quick comment. There are 2 schools in that area. Have you included them in any of your conversations?
No, but we are planning to. And like I said, we're just kind of talking about this plan in general. And we plan to do community engagement, and we're happy to talk with them in the coming weeks as well.
Is there any other public comment? I see 2 hands, so starting here, followed by you, sir.
Hi, good evening. Can you all hear me? Hi, my name is Consuelo Saunders. I lived in this neighborhood for over 30 years. And my concern is a street light on 42nd and 5th Avenue. Today on my way walking back home, there was an accident on that corner. I see that they put a light on 43rd and 5th, but not on 42nd where the light to me should have been, because that's an upgoing street where 43rd is a downgoing street. I happened to come after the accident had happened. So whether or not there was any injuries or who was at fault, I don't know. But the bumper to that car that was coming up was totally off of the car. No police cars had arrived, no ambulance or anything. Whether the car that hit them had stayed or not, I wasn't aware of, I didn't see, but upon continuing to walk, I saw that the fire truck was on its way to the scene. I feel that that's one of the more important things that need to be handled. Also, another concern I have is the street lights. These new street lights that are on, that have been implemented are not bright enough in the neighborhood. And I feel that we need stronger lights on the streets because people who are coming home from events or who work late at night need lights so that they could see if someone is in between cars or anything else that's going on. There are too many rodents on the sides of the sidewalks who are on top of the garbage cans, who may jump out at them, or again, there are too many crimes still going on in the neighborhood, and people need to be aware of what's going on. So I feel that these are things that need to be addressed. Those are my
Can I just ask you to email the community board on the streets that have the dark lights? There is a lighting mitigation program that we could put into DOT to request, because sometimes the trees also block the light.
Sure.
So you're talking about the light poles, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some issues with those. So if you could send the exact streets so we could put it in our list of streets.
Okay. not
Thank
a
you for
problem.
bringing it up.
Thank you.
And come on up.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Rafael Alice, and today I'm speaking on behalf of Opportunities for Better Tomorrow. For those who do not know what OBT is, we are a nonprofit organization who have been around for over 40 years. Today, I'm bringing two things to your attention. The first being we are now bringing ESO classes to your homes. We have our satellite classes as well as Sunset Park on 3rd Avenue. We have those classes now being hosted in the evening. They're all free of charge, and everyone is welcome to come apply for it. We are hosting registration Monday through Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. The second thing I want to bring to everyone's attention today is just as important. We are currently surveying every resident of Sunset Park. This survey is to help support the community, bring services, jobs to everyone here. I have the surveys here today with me, so if anybody, and I stress anybody who wants to sign this, so we can just make sure everyone is being represented and everyone has the services that they require. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take it online.
Yeah. And any other? Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Suyapa Blanco Hernandez, and I'm the Executive Director of United Senior Center. I'm so happy to be here to be able to present to you our brand new logo. I will pass it around, and I have left some in the front. We are revamping the center, and we want the community to also be involved. And we were able to secure a domain. We're creating a website. Yes, so everybody can see what United Senior Center offers to older adults and also be in touch with us. See what the activities that takes place in the facility. And we created the logo, we have a domain, and we also are going to be very active on the social media outlets. So I will be leaving some flyers there. We have our upcoming volunteer appreciation celebration that will take place on April 24th. You're invited. It's going to be at 10:30 a.m. You're invited, come and celebrate the amazing volunteers that we have that assist us with serving meals and activities in the facility. Thank you. You pass that around?
Good evening, everyone. I just want to announce that on April 26th, the Brooklyn Sunset Park Lions Club will be hosting its annual Health and Community Fair at Our Lady of Perpetual Help. They will be offering free breast cancer screening via a partnership with the American Italian Cancer Bus, as well as for the first year, we're very excited about this, free blood PSA exams for men to check your prostate. Everything's free. There'll be resources as well. Many community tables will be there providing information. We also have screenings provided by NYU, Langone. They will be doing some dental screening as diabetes screenings, as well as cholesterol and blood pressure. We also have community resources there. Many of our elected officials will be there, as well as some agencies from the city providing information, all for free, from 9:30 to 3 p.m. The only thing that you must register for is the breast cancer and the blood PSA. There are some huge flyers, multilingual outside, so feel free to pass on the information. Again, April 26th at Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Sure.
Hi, everyone. Oh, everyone's in the back. Um,
That's why.
oh, I guess I didn't know that. I'm with Cleanup Sunset Park. Me and Diana started that group last year for community cleanups and street tree care. We have a couple events coming up that I wanted to announce. It's a partnership with the council member's office and Big Reuse. It's a 3-event series. The first one will be on May 2nd from 10 to 12 in front of Sunset Park at the 45th Street entrance. The second is May 16th on 5th Avenue and 23rd, again from 10 to 12. And then the third is May 30th at Rainbow Playground on 55th and 56th on 6th Avenue, again from 10 to 12. So hopefully you guys can come out and we can do some street tree care. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Come on up, sir.
Doing? My name is Freddie Grant. I am the co-director of the Isaac Brown Healing Arts and Community Center. We're located right here in Industry City on 3rd Avenue and 33rd, so 33rd and 3rd. And I'm coming to you for 2 things that we're doing. First, we're going to do a community give back for students, doing a back to school event on August 14th. We're looking for anybody who might need or anybody is interested in joining or even partnering up with us to do this event. Also, we have several events coming up, including resource fairs and wellness days, where unlike other places, you don't have to become a member, you don't have to sign up. All you have to do is just come, and we believe in healing through art. So we offer everything from photography to music, producing, to even crocheting. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, please come on down to the center. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank
Do you
you.
have any contact information to share?
Any other public comment? Is that a hand up, Jerry, or are you just stretching? Come on up.
So, my name is Jerry. If you don't know me by now, you need to come in more often. All right. So about 2 weeks ago, the DEP commissioner, the new one, came out to the city and talked about the gutters, right? And that's my pet peeve project. You were there too. That's my pet peeve project forever, right? Because of the flooding. You guys live in the neighborhood. You know when your street is flooded. If you see it, report it. If they don't respond, send an email to the community board, right? Now they're my BFF now. Ask me where all the clogged drains are. But it's good if the weather is getting bad and then there's a lot of rain. You don't want your street to be flooded. So you walk on the street, you see a gutters clogged, put a 311 call. That's it.
Thank you, Jerry. Moving on to, we'll do some reports. Fortunately, we won't be able to vote on anything. Education, Health, and Human Services. I don't believe Rosie is on. Oh, Rosie is on. Hi, Rosie.
Hi. I am on.
Thank you. Do you want to do a quick report?
Yeah. Uh, hello everybody. I hope everyone had a happy Easter and holidays and spring break and all the holidays that happened last week. Basically, we will be sending a report from Maimonides Medical Hospital Center and its merger with New York City Health and Hospitals. And there will be a presentation on March 24. And we're hoping that they'll be able to come and present on that. And that's pretty much the highlight.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Moving on to Parks and Environment Committee. Any updates? Oh, Dan is here. we just need one more person. And we get quorum.
Everyone, I'm Diana and
Esteban again. So we had two presentations. The first was from Mitch Barron, who is a senior forester with NYC Parks. They were discussing their new street tree program. So typically in the past, the way street trees were requested was 311. But the Parks Department found that they had a lot of intake and a slow response to those requests. It would be anywhere from 6 months to 5 years for a street tree to be installed based on those 311 request. So they are implementing a new program that will start in spring 2027. And it is a 9-year cycle. And what they are going to do is they're going to divide every community district into 3 sections. And every 3 years, survey every single street tree and block to see if they can install new trees, remove trees that may be dead and replace them, and expand any tree beds that might need to be expanded.
the only thing I will flag is that this is only for requesting like planting a new street tree. So if you have any issues with like existing street tree beds, like cracks in the pavement or anything, you can still submit a 311 request. So that would do that. And then we had a presentation from Clean Up Sunset Park, which is us. And basically we did a summary of our of our 2025 events. I think we did 5 events last year. 3 with Big Reuse and Councilmember Abilas's office. So shout out to Councilmember Abilas's office for helping us. Yeah. And this year, like Esteban said earlier, we're trying to do something monthly, but we have 3 events planned for May, which you have the dates. Yeah, and we'll send out flyers to everyone. If you guys want to get involved, please do. We're happy to accommodate. And if you have any locations, we're always taking those recommendations. So please get involved. Thank you.
I have a comment, and it's about dumping. So there's been a lot of street dumping, in particular in the corners on 4th Avenue. Of course, if I see it, I call 311. So is maybe, I don't know who, I know DSNY does it, but I don't know who we could contact. I know they've tried putting trash bins and they take them away. It doesn't matter if it's a trash bin. To people, it's like an invisible one anyway, and they dump there anyway. But I'm just thinking about expanding more trash cans, maybe it will lessen it. I don't really know the solution to the street dumping, but I know as the summer gets warmer, there's more dumping on the corners, and particularly around 4th Avenue and 5th Avenue. I noticed in the 50s, like 54th, 55th, 56th, those corners in particular, and it's household, you know. So I'm wondering education that could also be given to people, because they take your trash if you leave it in front of your house. You don't have to like dump it like you did back in the day. You had to like secretly dump it, people thought. But now DSNY is pretty good with bulk pickup. So maybe just for future.
Yeah, and I think we had Natasha on the board reached out to DSNY to get more information on bins and trying to get more sanitation bins along the street. But I don't think we got a response yet.
Yeah, maybe we can ask DSNY to come before the committee too. Like,
Yeah,
that
because
would
I
be
think,
good.
yeah, especially for the dumping, it's horrible. Thank you.
Question from Katie.
Can I add to that, Cynthia? I know what you're saying about households, but I'm also noticing I've like seen it. Vendors, in particular, and a lot of the food vendors that are set up are also putting their trash on the corners. And like, I'm seeing, I mean, talking about the trees, I'm seeing like oil being dumped into the tree pits. And again, I do put it in 311, and I know we need to send them to the board, but then they get closed. So I mean, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to.
Jerry,
So,
followed by Jeremy.
yep. So, I think that if you guys see someone dumping, right? I was I didn't accidentally, I was walking across the street. I saw someone dumping garbage, and I took a picture of the license plate and so on, and I submitted as a 311 complaint. Sanitation did get back to me, and they got issue a summons. If the person get found guilty, I get half of the car. So the encouragement is, if you guys see something, right, report it, because they will split it with you. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So, but yes, we should get the new commissioners come out to walk. Thank you.
Jeremy.
Just to add on to, I think one of the big things was that we don't have any recycling, paper, plastic,
Yep.
recycling bins. And we used to have a bunch actually in Sunset Park, and they were removed during COVID. And I think maybe from the start of the rec center or before that even. But we used to have recycling bins all over the park and they just disappeared. So I'd love to see that. We're one of the only neighborhoods where you walk around and there's no recycling whatsoever. And that's really bad, where you can go to other neighborhoods now and they have designated compost bins and we don't even have recycling. So I think that will help a lot because I mean, you see a lot of bottles, plastic bottles, glass bottles. If we have recycling bins, that will help cut down on some of that when people see that sort of trash in the park. But we all of those bins were taken away like a few years ago and for some reason never came back. I don't know why.
I also want to add that I was in the park the other day and I saw quite a few tents with people with fire underneath selling food, which is super dangerous. And the parks guy just drove around and like didn't even give them a warning or anything. And I told him and he was like, just shrugged his shoulders, like not a non-issue. And Jeremy, I do think that I know the Sunset Park Biddy may want them to come. I know they said they were gonna put those big bins as part of the bid. Yeah, the Empire bins. I think they're coming. I'm not sure when, but I remember hearing something that they're going to be coming for, and maybe that will also mitigate. So maybe invite them to come and talk about those bins when they're coming to Fifth Avenue. I think they're getting 2 of them, David said.
Both.
Sorry, quick reminder, we have a meeting this upcoming Monday. So if you're interested in finding out more about what happens to the trash in the community, you should come because we're gonna have a presentation from the SWAB. So yeah.
Yeah, we love talking about trash. Ooh, we got quorum. Hey, we're gonna pause real quick. Mira, can you call? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be calling the second roll call. I will just be calling those board members that weren't present at the original roll call. Diana Aguilar. Thank you. Damian Andrada. Richard Cador. Gabino Morales Escamilla.
Here, guys.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Matthew Florowicz. Xiomara Garcia. Nicole Huang. Nicholas Jackson. Jeremy Kaplan. Thank you. Jonathan Martinez. Rosie Mota.
Present.
Thank you. You don't count towards quorum. Damaris Santiago. Samuel Sierra. Kalina Surma. Michael Tom. Catherine Walsh. Thank you. Cesar Zuniga. Thank you. We do have quorum.
Thank you. No one is allowed to leave. So I'm gonna move, I'm gonna do, huh? Yes, thank you. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance. Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? Motion by Pat, seconded by Cynthia. Is there any objection to adopting the agenda? Seeing or hearing none, so adopted. Motion to adopt the minutes from March 18, 2026 board meeting. Moved by Cesar, seconded by Diana. Is there any objection to adopting the minutes? Seeing or hearing none, so adopted. We did public comment and we're gonna go back to our committee reports. And we did education, parks, housing, Antoinette and or Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy.
So there's a housing committee report, which was just from our meeting on March 30th. We originally were going to have a meeting about the various changes in various laws coming up and how they impact Sunset Park around affordability. But then actually Councilmember Aviles made herself available for the meeting. And so we ended up having most of the conversation around the St. Rocco's rezoning. And the council member was able to take questions from residents and from people in the committee about things that have changed in the proposal. And there's stuff in the report about that, but there's deeper affordability in the proposal. There's less parking spaces. And, you know, there was a number of questions, I think, that the council member sort of reinforced. I think the big thing was that, you know, she had a conversation with the developer, and her sort of main things are around, you know, getting deeper affordability, having more 2 or 3 bedroom apartments for family style, and having seniors access for seniors housing to make sure that some of the seniors are the most vulnerable. And then also, you know, we had residents actually from the 27th Street Block Association. They presented a letter, and actually we'll distribute the letter. I don't think it got sent out, but the letter included sort of the list of their ask, and the first ask was that there's some sort of CBA to memorialize and sort of provide some semblance of enforcement on their ask that they have, and they're starting to collect signatures and get people in the neighborhood on board with this. And so it was a good meeting to have to start a conversation with the local residents and the council member. And yeah, that was about it. And I think we're going to continue to the next meeting that we have, actually continue that conversation about affordability, stuff that revolves around what a lot of laws that have changed and things that have changed. And then also sort of what the mayor's agenda is, and various things that he's doing right now around affordability, and also regulation or deregulation of things that are going on. So that's all very important, but the conversation with the council member was really good, and it was nice that she came and had a good conversation with that. So that was it.
Thank you, Jeremy. Moving on to transportation, which we are expecting a vote.
Okay, I guess we can see who's here who did their taxes based on today's deadline and who's missing. Okay, just kidding. So let's go through the meeting agenda. We've got a couple of items. I do want to make sure I make time to kind of talk about the first one, even though there's not a vote. So this was the transportation meeting that we had, was it just last week? And the MTA came and spoke about the IBX, the Interborough Express. And just to give people a sense of, it starts on the portion at the 65th Street, sorry, I'll talk closer, the 65th Street rail yard. So there is an existing freight line that's there. And so what they're turning it into is a passenger corridor, passenger rail. And so the period of time that we are in, and sort of understanding where this is, there's the State Environmental Quality Review Act. And the review for the IBX began in October of 2025, and there were several scoping meetings. There was a scoping meeting at the Sunset Park Library that I know at least John DeLuper went to, who's the vice chair for transportation, and maybe others that are in the room. And so the first agenda item was just that the MTA coming back to Community Board 7 as part of one of their many meetings public meetings that they were doing, to sort of give an update on the IBX and give people a chance to respond. The basic message to everybody is that there are going to be additional public workshops that are going to start on April 28th. And they're going to start to get feedback on the actual design of what these stations look like. So I might call in John for an audible, but I believe we've got in our Community Board 7 district, there's going to be a stop on 4th Avenue. And there's going to be, so starting at 65th, the rail yard by the water. Brooklyn Army Terminal, 4th Avenue, and 7th and 8th Avenue. So the specific locations are not determined yet. But I would encourage everybody to sort of look back either at the YouTube so you can see the recording, or, sorry, am I stepping on things? Okay. Or also look at the presentation, because there are things that were in there that we should be paying attention to. Also, they talked a little bit about whether or not there would need to be acquisition of sites adjacent to those locations. And that's something that would then allow them to put in accessibility, but again, acquisition of sites close to those locations in order to be building that out. So I want to make sure I flag that. And then I want to go on to the next agenda item that we talked about. Well, let me skip ahead, because then I'll end with the vote. The other thing that we had on our agenda, the last item, was on the Greenway and celebration event, but also a call for a safer 3rd Avenue. So I've brought this to the full board before, but again, we've talked about this in transportation committees. We've got this portion of the Greenway that is now open. It's been open for a while, and done according to the Department of Design and Construction between Hamilton Avenue and 29th Street on 3rd Avenue. And so the Greenway is a on sidewalk level protected bike lane, which has additional green infrastructure. Basically, there's just some plants that are planted along the way. We were officially notified that the DDC said it's done, and we did a walkthrough last Friday just to be able to note if there's things that are missing, which there are, if there's additional signage that's needed, which there is, and some additional recommendations and improvements that we're going to send back to them. But we also want to acknowledge that this is a new amenity. This is a new piece of infrastructure that's being built in our community. And so we want to be able to celebrate it and then also call for further investment and action. So our event, this is Community Board 7. This is our event. And it's being hosted with and in partnership with many organizations, many elected officials, we hope to have businesses and local residents come. It'll be on Monday, May 4th. It'll start at 12 noon. We'll meet at 19th Street and 3rd Avenue. And however you choose to move, whether that's walking or biking or any other movement way down from 19th and 3rd Avenue to 23rd Street. And then at 23rd Street and 3rd Avenue, we'll actually kind of have like a call for a celebration, a bit of a ribbon cutting, and then a call for action to complete the 3rd Avenue Street Improvement Project. So everyone's invited. We will have flyers. We will send stuff out. We had an organizing call today with several community-based organizations and elected official offices. And then we'll also send out a request for help to actually do some flyering in the neighborhood in all the languages that we speak, and to make it accessible, as well as flyering specifically on and along 3rd Avenue so that we have representation. So that notice will go out, and really want to, again, appreciate that this is a community-driven effort for this event. The vote that we need to take tonight is to, I think we had public comment from Arthur, who I see right there with the Greenwood shirt, is on a letter that we are being, the context is the Greenwood Cemetery wants to explore what it would look like to have a protected greenway around Greenwood Cemetery. And that, just to again put in people's minds, a greenway doesn't just have to mean bicycles. It can also mean improved pedestrian infrastructure. It can also mean improved drainage from all the extreme weather events we're getting. It can mean shade, trees, right? We just heard about the importance of street trees. It can mean recreation. It can mean safe passing. It can mean lots of things. Opportunities for people to sit, interact, right, engage. So all this to say, Greenwood Cemetery came and spoke with us. Mira Joshi, who's the president, came and spoke to us about exploring what would it look like to have a greenway on the south perimeter of the cemetery. So that is on 38th Street? I might need somebody's help. 37th, Arthur, there you are. 37th at Fifth Avenue, and then it kind of makes its way up. It goes around the bus depot, and then keeps going, and then becomes 36 up until Fort Hamilton Parkway. So again, what you experience right now if you're there is cracked, broken sidewalk. In some instances, the bus depot is on one side. I mean, I've been there before, and I think we heard a little bit about the presentation, but there's broken sidewalks. There's a ton of illegal dumping. There's also illegal parking of a lot of it's trucks, but it's also like RVs and yeah, a lot of different issues. Anyway, so I think the main message for everybody here is that the request was that we would just support their exploration of that. And the motion that was introduced was that Community Board 7 would write a letter that then could be used for 3 different purposes, that basically to support this request for funding that was going to be moving forward. And I think we had there's 3 different Brooklyn Borough President, Brooklyn delegation of council members. Yep. And then there was a third one then? Those 2. Okay. Okay. So the Brooklyn delegation, which is council members, and then Brooklyn Borough President. So it was the letter was introduced. I just want to make sure I call out that the letter that we then voted on unanimously, it's that we would support this request for funding to explore a greenway. And in our letter, making it clear that we want to encourage robust engagement, making sure specifically that the MTA bus depot is included in any engagement, that local schools could be included so they can be considered as part of the design and development. And then we are going to make it really clear that plastic bollards do not equal safety. And so just having some sort of setup where you have plastic bollards doesn't keep people safe. And so just making that clear. Obviously, there's a lot of design choices that have to be made, but that's something this community board has been on the record for. So that passed unanimously. And so then I will turn to Julio to ask how to move it.
So just a clarifying point about this request.
Yes.
Greenwood Cemetery, this is not an approval of a
There is
greenway or design. This is a request that we are interested and excited about the potential of a greenway. And if they are granted funding, then they will come back, do a design, do a robust community engagement. And even that is not like definitive. That's all dependent on funding.
Initial exploration.
Initial exploration, yes. Do I have that understanding?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Is there discussion on the proposal? It came out of committee, so it does not require a second.
I just want to clarify that again, because on the minutes, it says it would be a proposal for the initial funding request. So just clarifying that it's for the initial exploration of this, not anything to do with financial requests.
Correct.
I know it costs money. I know it's not free,
Yes.
but we're not voting on the amount or anything else. We're just
Correct.
saying that we support them exploring this
Yes.
without a financial thing to it. I'm only concerned because
One
it seems
second.
a little bit backwards that the community engagement, and particularly with schools and the MTA that's right there, this would come first. So if it's an exploration, that's something else than saying the proposal for the initial funding requests. That was just the only clarification I asked.
Yeah, so my understanding is that they're putting a request with the borough president's office and the Brooklyn delegation for funding to continue exploring and designing a greenway. So our letter is saying, we like this idea, but our also caveat is we want you to come back with more additional community engagement and design. So they're going to use our letter for funding. We're obviously not giving it, we don't have a blank check, but they're
Yeah, that we
requesting that.
support the exploration of it.
Yes. Question from Jeremy Kaplan.
I have a question about the entrance and the refurbishment of the entrance. Is that tied directly to the greenway, or would that also possibly go forward as well on its own? And then also, I know that I'm curious if there's multiple entrances considered, because I know that at one point I think 7th Avenue even had an entrance or small entrance. And just wondering if there could be an exploration of that, because I think opening up the park on this side to entrances so that people don't have to go all the way around to 36th Street and 5th Avenue or 4th Avenue is really great. So having like multiple entrance ways. So I'm curious if the renovations for the entrances and all that is tied directly into the greenway.
Katie, can you answer that question?
I was gonna ask John or Arthur to jump in.
So I'll use some personal privilege. Arthur, can you respond to that question, please?
Thank you for letting me speak. Okay, so a couple of things, and I also want to address your initial point as well. But to start, we can, because the gate, there was one at one point on 9th Avenue, which is why we want to consider this exploration at that specific point, is because there's a small entryway now, and we can make that into a robust one that's ADA compliant, that is made safer, because right now, as everyone knows, there's a lot of cars that go through that area very fast. So that's why the initial idea is focused on this new entrance at 9th Ave. I can look into the 7th Ave in the past of how that was done, but would have to get back to the community board with more information on that. The request that Greenwood has is just sending a letter of support for this idea to the Brooklyn Borough President and the Brooklyn delegation, knowing that if we were awarded that funding, we would use that funding, and our minimal request was 3.3 million for fiscal year 27, to conduct a design process, which would include community engagement. So nothing would be done until this design process and community engagement is completed. And so these letters would just endorse, we support that, and thus we support this minimal ask of $3.3 million to these two different elected entities.
Thank you for the clarification. Is there any other questions? Okay. Was there a question on Zoom? Who's that? I can't see from here, I'm blind. Oh, Antoinette, question from Antoinette, sorry.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. It's mentioned in the slide deck that this proposal would bring a loss of about 150 parking spots, and that the MTA staff who work nearby would be impacted more by that loss. And it looks like there were talks between Greenwood and the MTA on the mitigation plan. I was just curious if anyone could speak more to what that mitigation plan would look like for those workers.
Arthur, I may ask you to respond to that one as well.
I think this mitigation plan is something that we would look at best practices, I think, in the past and kind of understand how do you approach this? And of course, it would specifically mean talking directly with MTA. But I know this was something that was raised by the Transportation Committee, and we're happy to do it. And so that's why we addressed that specifically in the slide deck that was uploaded for the community board ahead of this meeting.
Sorry. Please continue.
No, that's it. That's it. But happy to answer any follow-ups on that. Essentially, it's not exactly determined yet, because the initial proposal includes the fact that we want to engage with MTA to understand what this mitigation plan can look like and how it would best help any loss of potential parking, which we've done an initial estimation of 150 parking spots.
Thank you. Cessa, did you have a question?
Yeah, just respectfully, we're being asked to vote for an exploratory conversation. And so voting yes is precisely to explore the answers to all of these questions. So I'm just thinking maybe we should just vote yes to explore and then enter into a context and a process where we can come up with responses to all of these questions. We're not being asked to vote for a final determination. We're just being asked to explore something. Just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you, Cessa. Jerry, is that a hand up?
Behind you,
Behind you.
this side.
Question is, do they need approval if they are going out to explore MTA, the community? I did mention not just the school, not just the MTA, the neighborhood, but the community, right? Get their input first before they come back and present to us. This is what the community say. This is what MTA say before we vote on anything. They could do whatever they want, right?
Sure.
This one I can respond to. I think we want to get into the practice before funding and exploration to be able to come and present to a community board, right, and be able to engage us in the process. So I think this is actually good practice to engage the community. They haven't done any outreach, mitigation, nothing. This is just like we're putting applications in, and we wanted they came, they presented. Again, I will just reiterate, we are always advisory, right? And so I think this is an advisory letter that supports the exploration of the Greenway. And I actually want to encourage that this is the kind of thing that is positive.
Like I say, they could do anything they want, right? Let us know what happened, and then we could vote on it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a foreigner. I don't understand that.
No, you're not a foreigner.
You're not even talking to the neighborhood yet, but you come into the community board. Hey, let's vote for this and help us go to a council people and then Brooklyn Delegate to get the money, because a lot of questions haven't been answered yet.
But there needs to be funding in order to do community engagement process, and the community board is a convening actor for community members to engage and learn. That's our function of what we do here.
It is our function, but I personally agree with supporting their exploration and coming back to us with the feedback and the results of their exploration. I don't believe personally that we should be signing off on them asking for 3 point whatever it is, because at the end of the day,
2 million.
if the borough president and the Brooklyn delegation decide, hey, we agree, we're going to give them some money, but it's not going to be 3.3. We already know, and I have that experience from asking money myself. You don't always get what you want, especially the way things are right now. But again, I am in total support of the exploration and you guys doing what you got to do and coming back to us, and we can do another vote if that's what it takes. But I personally think we need to get back more information.
So let me just be clear. This letter of support is not saying we want them to have X amount of dollars. This letter of support is to say, we like the idea of a greenway. Please explore this more when you get funding and come back to us. So
Again, you have to understand, Julio, the way it was presented is the way I heard it.
Oh,
The way you're
understood.
saying it now, that's a whole different ball of wax, so I understand.
Okay, well, that's how I heard it. So I would like to vote on this. And let's do a roll call. A yes is in favor, no is opposed.
Oh, sorry.
Barry's question was like, why do they need the letter? It's just good practice that we're just starting. That was it. They don't really need the letter. It's just a practice that we're starting.
But I think
So
it-
letter or not, it's just a practice.
Yes.
Okay. Diana Aguilera? Yes, thank you. Grisela Mador? Yes, thank you. Damian Andrada? Jalia Bailey? Yes, thank you. Joan Body? Yes, thank you. Gladys Bruno? Jerry Chen? Yes, thank you. Esteban Chavez? Yes, thank you. Richard Cador? Carrie Conte? Yes, thank you. Maria Cruz? Yes, thank you. Danny DeBear? Yes, thank you. John DeLuper? Yes, thank you. Gabina Morales Escamilla?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Cynthia Felix? Yes, thank you. Matthew Flockwicks? Jamie Freed? Yes, thank you. Kin Fong? Yes, thank you. Xiomara Garcia? Diana Gonzalez? Yes, thank you. Hector Gonzalez?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Talisha Gonzalez?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Nicole Huang? Nicholas Jackson? Dan Kaminsky? Yes, thank you. Jeremy Kaplan? Yes, thank you. Aaron Keith? Yes, thank you. Wei Ko? Yes, thank you. Paul Mack?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Antoinette Martinez?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Jonathan Martinez? Rosie Mota? Julio Peña III?
Yes.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Sorry, it's Rosie. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Michael Peppin? Yes, thank you. Karen Rolnick?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Joanna Romero? Patricia Ruiz?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Tamara Santiago? Samuel Sierra? Kalina Surma? Michael Tom? Faye Walker? Yes, thank you. Catherine Walsh? Yes, thank you. Cesar Zuniga? Yes, thank you. Unanimous.
31 in favor. Thank you. Go ahead. Microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for engaging so thoughtfully in that. And you'll be coming back to us, definitely, Arthur, on next steps. I just want to say Tuesday, April 28th, the announcement will go out. The Transportation and Public Safety Committee are doing a joint committee. And I want to make sure I say that the Port Authority for New York and New Jersey are coming to share a cargo drone pilot between Lower Manhattan and Brooklyn Army Terminal. So that's the first thing on the agenda, in addition to talking about Safe Streets. So I just want to make sure that's on people's radars for April 28th for the joint meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. And land use. And
In case you don't recognize me, I'm Diana Gonzalez. I'm the chair of the Land Use Committee. Yes, I did chop off all of my hair yesterday. So we had a meeting on Monday with the developer and their representatives of the St. Rocco's site. For those who are new to this, St. Rocco's is a church that's been closed for a few years, a Catholic church. The Catholic Church has entered into a lease agreement with a developer to build 3 apartment buildings. One of those buildings would be built by Fifth Avenue Committee, and it would be 100% affordable housing. The other 2 would be a mix of market rate and mandatory inclusionary affordable housing. Currently, the site has a manufacturing designation, and so we would be changing it to R8 and R7. This was not the official ULURP process meeting. This is just a preliminary meeting. We've actually had a few of those to kind of go back and forth with the developers about our demands. They're attempting to get this through city planning so that it comes to us for our official ULURP meeting before we break in the summer. We'll see whether or not they make that deadline. At the meeting, the developer appeared in person, which is unusual. And we had a good discussion. We had about 10 items that we asked them for, which are fully detailed in our minutes. Apologies for the fact that they came so late. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they include things like a shadow study, a request for parking spaces to be designated for accessible parking, water study for rainwater mitigation for 50-year floods and 100-year floods, and things along those lines. I encourage anyone who wants to be involved in this further to stay tuned. We will definitely be continuing our ongoing dialogue with the developer to ensure that we're really getting the best deal for the community. And I'm happy to take any questions. Yeah.
sorry, questions from board members only, sir.
Oh,
Feel free to talk to Diana afterward.
Yep. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Okay, moving on to our elected official reports.
Hi,
Uh,
apologies, my hand was up.
I'm sorry, Antoinette, I didn't see it.
No, it's fine. Thank you. I just wanted, it's not so much a question, just a comment. Um, there were changes that were made to the proposal since the developer had presented to the board last year. But did want to make note that the plan right now has a total of 214 units with 126 at market rate and 88 and 88 would be affordable. The developer did mention that 41% of the plan is geared towards affordability, but when you look at the unit breakdown, the market rate apartments, there are a lot more that are skewed towards family size apartments. So that's 2 and 3 bedrooms. And when you run the numbers, you'll see that there's about 65% of the units that make up the market rate are 2 and 3 bedrooms, as opposed to the affordable units, where nearly 60% are made up of the studios and those 1 bedroom apartments. So there are discrepancies there. So just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention as you're going through this information.
Thank you, Antoinette. Moving on to elected official report. Would you like to go first, Mary? Winnie, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Winnie Marion. I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff for Councilmember Alexa Aviles. I have a few announcements for you today. Number one, April 29th, we're having a town hall from our district office. It's going to be at Sunset Park High School from 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to talk about labor concerns, including wage theft, unfair firings, street vendor reform, protections for immigrant workers. Please come. You can hear from the council member, from labor leaders, and then give us your thoughts. And we'll be doing, starting community survey there. So please come and join us. The flyer's out there in 3 different languages. Additionally, you've heard a lot about the St. Rocco's rezoning today. We also have a forum where we're collecting people's opinions on it, because before the council member votes on this, which is the last step in the process, we want to know what the community thinks about it, and we want to know what all of you think about it. And so before we even start on the full CB7 process, we have this survey that you can fill out. It's also on our social media, if that's easier for you, and tell us your thoughts on it. So as we continue through negotiations on this project, we can be informed by our community. Number 3, on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. off the 59th Street Station stop on the R train and N train, we have a CUNY Citizenship Now town hall where you can get support from an immigration lawyer for free. This is very exciting. You can make an appointment on the number listed in the flyer, which is also outside on the table. Last one, or second to last one here, there's going to be the 14th annual New York City Teen Dating Violence Awareness Walk, which is organized by a lot of organizations in our district, but particularly the Healing Center. That's going to be April 25th, and we'd love you to join us to support teens and protect against violence and have awareness there. Last one, if you were been born in Puerto Rico and you need support, your official birth certificate, our office can help you. We have flyers out there talking about the process for that and information you can go to get support, or come by our office anytime, which, as a reminder, our office is up the 45th Street, our station stop. So it's 4417 4th Avenue. You can come by Monday through Thursday, and we're happy to have you and help you with anything you need. But it's been great to hear from you all tonight. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. I have to run, but thank you.
Thank you, Winnie. Francesca Lando from Senator Gunaras' office, followed by Jessica Bravo from Congressmember Goldman's office. I know, it's hot. Bear with us.
Very strongly worded email this week.
Thank
It
you.
is abusive in here, but it's great to see everybody. Happy April.
I know Earth Month is almost over, but every year the Senate loves to showcase art from kids all around New York State. So if you have any kids in your life who made some really fun Earth Month art or even poetry or anything written word even, please submit it to the New York State Senate website, aka nysenate.gov. And it'll go on Senator Gennardis's page and you could be like, hey, that's my senator and that's my art. This Monday, kind of out of CB7, unfortunately, we are having our NILAG van come up in front of the Wyckoff Gardens Community Center, which is on 280 Wyckoff Street, I believe 11215, but in the heart of Gowanus. I have like 6 appointments left. So if anybody has a legal concern and they want to meet with somebody who could represent them pro bono, please come grab me and I'll give you an appointment, or call our office anytime between now and Friday. Obviously, the van's on Monday. They will be taking walk-ups though as well, and we were lucky enough to get 2 attorneys for this one. So even if you just wanted to walk by. I have one more, like 2 more slightly out of district things, but they are for everybody. They're having a Gowanus Community Festival on Saturday, April 25th. It's going to be a really great day where kids can go around and stamp a New York State Parks passport in order to get free ice cream. And there will also be a skateboarding workshop presented by Homage from Cobble Hill. Really great people. And a lot of really great stuff with Gowanus Bid and with the Gowanus Canal Conservancy. And that'll be in Thomas Green Park, which is used to be called Douglas Park. It's right on DeGraw. Lastly, another one for the kids. We're having a kids town hall. This one will be on May 16th, which is also a Saturday from 12 to 2. All these flyers are in the table by the door. Senator Gennardis would love all of your youngest and brightest to come out and really give them a piece of his mind. It's a really great activity for civic engagement to show kids like, hey, your elected officials, you're the one who vote them into power. Ask them some questions, see what you want to hear from them. So we look forward to seeing as many folks from around the district as possible on May 16th at MS 51. My last and very, very quick update was the BMT public comment period was extended. That will be extended until May 8th, and it covers the BMT draft scope of work. There was an info session tonight, but we have a bunch of information online, and then you could also submit your comments online as well, or you could also email them directly to our office, gennardis@nysenate.gov. We have blue cards with Andrew's face on it in the hallway if you need anything and want to get in touch with us. I think that's it for me. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Francesca. Jessica Bravo from Congressmember Goldman's office, followed by Sean Girl from Assemblymember Carroll's office.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Bravo. I am a caseworker at the Office of Congressman Goldman. Thank you for having me today. In terms of updates on the federal level, this month, the congressman continued his congressional oversight at 26 Federal Plaza in MDC. And during this most recent visit, he was actually able to talk directly to some of the constituents that are currently in detention. The office is actively working to make sure that people who are being detained are treated appropriately and receive and have access to necessary healthcare services. And actually, some of the cases that he was able to see at the detention center at MDC mainly. Besides that, the office has now helped approximately 30 individuals to be released from detention. They continue to support community members, including many members from the Sunset Park community, to get access to legal counsel as well as accompaniment when they have their appointments at 26 Federal Plaza. It was reported to us, and a lot of the people that have been supported at the 26 Federal Plaza courtrooms that ICE was actually not there for the past previous, like 2 previous weeks, because they were all at the airport. So things went very smoothly and people were able to get into their appointments very easily, but now they're
again, at 26 Florida Plaza. So we're just making sure that, people are aware that our office is right next to the building and that they can access any support if they need to. I also want to remind everybody of our mobile office hours. We're going to have one on April 30th, which is a Thursday at Homecrest Community Services. It's going to be from 12 to 3:30 p.m. And then we are having Sunset Park mobile office hours also on May 13th, which is a Wednesday, and it's going to be from 11 to 4 p.m. So if you have any constituent that might need support with federal inquiry with any federal agency, please let us know and send them to either mobile office hours, or also happy to take any phone calls at our office. You can call us at 718-312-7575, which is our Manhattan office. And we're also located in Industry City. So lastly, I just want to, some of you might be aware, some others might not be aware, but this week will be my last week working for the Office of the Congressman. Friday is my last day, and overall, I just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys are great. You're so passionate about what you do, and I'm really grateful that you welcomed me to the board. And although it was a very brief period of time that I was with everybody here, everything you do is very, very amazing and very inspiring. So thank you to every single person here from all the organizations, from all the other elected offices, for every single thing you do for the community. Again, it is very inspiring, and I'm really grateful for, this opportunity here. And I know that many more things will be accomplished, and I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for everything again, and that's all I have for now.
Thank you, Jessica.
Good luck to you.
Sean Girl from Assemblymember Carroll's office, followed by online Ikra Shafiq from Councilmember Hanif's office.
Hello there, I'm Sean Girl, representing Assemblymember Robert Carroll. Thank you all for having me. I got two events I want to share with you for the coming of spring. First is free paper shredding at our office at 416 7th Avenue. That's Thursday, April 30th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's 416 7th Avenue and Park Slope between 13th and 14th Street. And Thursday, April 30th is going to be a very nice day, so please come and shred your paper with us then. After that, Spring Clean and Green is Sunday, May 3rd, where we're again going to have the paper shredding van with sanitation. But in addition to that, a ton of other good, what do you call a useful thing? A ton of other useful things like e-cycling, textile recycling, paper shredding, the Environmental Protection Agency, Greenwood Cemetery is going to be there, the Brooklyn Public Library, New York City City Sponge to help you deal with flooding and all this other stuff. Very good event, Sunday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Park Circle, at the bottom corner of Prospect Park in Community Board 7, Sunday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you all for having me.
Thank you. Ikra Shafiq from Councilmember Hanif's office. Ikra, can you hear? There you go. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. This is Ikra from Councilmember Hanif's office. I just wanted to share with everyone that participatory budgeting is taking place. If you haven't voted, please vote now. Voting is open till Sunday, April 19th. Let's see. If you have any constituent concerns or any trash issues or Con Ed issues, please feel free to call our office. There's also Kensington Earth Day Festival on April 25th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There will be arts programming taking place in Kensington Plaza, and Earth Day in Albemarle Playground from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I think a colleague mentioned about the Gowanus Community Festival, as well as yes, that's taking place as well, April 25th, 12 to 4 from Thomas Green Park. that is all for me. So if you have any concerns or any questions, feel free to contact me at the office, and I would be happy to assist and help out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ikra. And I'm calling back Francesca. She has one more announcement.
I am so sorry. I forgot about the truly relevant things to this neighborhood. Okay, so first and foremost, we're doing a 529 webinar for college savings. I will send an email to the board because I literally just got the flyer approved today. That is on Wednesday, April 29th around 6 p.m. And the second thing is on May 2nd, which is also a Saturday, we will be having a small business resource fair as a part of Roxana's Immigrant Entrepreneur Series at the Sunset Park Library. So that'll be a really interesting afternoon. Flyer to come as well. But if you know any budding entrepreneurs or small business owners in the area, please let them know that there will be a ton of resources and people to connect with on Saturday, May 2nd at the library. Thank you, Julio.
Thank you, Francesca. And I don't think I missed any other elected reps. So moving on to chair's report, I will try to be brief. This month we met I had our monthly meeting with the EDC. 2 items that will be coming to some committees later this month and early next month. They are planning to, and I believe we've mentioned this before, they're planning to charge for parking along Pier 4. There's timeline for the entire lot, so that includes Pier 4, and includes the south parking lot and the west parking lot. They'll be coming to Transportation Committee in a few weeks, so I would encourage folks to attend and share your feedback on the parking. And they are for Pier 6, which is the pier behind the Maid terminal, the Maid campus. They're looking to do some signage for the pier. And so they'll be coming to an upcoming meeting to talk about their proposed design. As Katie mentioned, Katie, John, and myself did a walkthrough of the Greenway to kind of look at where we will be hosting our event next month, and also to give some feedback to DDC before they close out the work there. The Greenwood Cemetery Visitor Center is opening this weekend, which we're very excited about. It has been, they came to our board many, many years ago. I think it was like when I first joined the board. That's how long ago it was. So we're really excited to see it open this weekend. There'll be lots of festivities. Today, Katie mentioned that already, so I'm gonna not mention that. Last night, I participated in a BatWorks event to talk specifically about our board's work on the indirect source rule and the work that the former ad hoc special committee on last mile trucking facilities did, among other community partners, to rein in pollution from last mile facilities. It was a great event and learned about a great great startup that is working to retrofit diesel trucks and to electrify them, which is pretty exciting. I sent an email last week about some upcoming CB7 volunteer opportunities. One this Saturday to look at the artwork that we had for the art exhibit that we did last year. If you're available, please reach out to the board office so we can have that. And then, as Cynthia mentioned, our CB7 is tabling at the Health and Resource Fair. And I believe we have 3 volunteers, so one more would be amazing. So please reach out to the board if you're available for one of the shifts. And finally, it is April. As per our CB7 bylaws, I will be appointing a nominating committee, which will be announced tomorrow, and prepare for nominations in May and elections in June. Just a gentle reminder, I am term limited, so I will not be seeking a 3rd term because that would be illegal. So stay tuned for that announcement. And that is it for my chair's report. Question from Pat.
What are we giving away, or what is being done at the Sunset Park
Lions event by CB7.
CB7 will be tabling. We have some amazing CB7 tote bags. We have some keychains, pens, a flyer for our newsletter sign up, and yes, thank you. And the April, that's what it was, Natasha. The April 27th FDNY. We couldn't figure out what the third flyer was.
I am so glad I asked.
Yes. So that's what we'll be handing out.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Just to expand on that, on April 27th, the Public Safety Committee has teamed up with FDNY. We will be offering a CPR and a Stop the Bleed session. So everyone's welcome from the community. It is the no mouth CPR. It does not lead to certification, but it is very practical advice. So instead of people taking out a camera and filming it and uploading it, they actually know what to do during an emergency, which many have happened. You just said today there was a car accident on Fifth Avenue, right? So it does teach you very practical techniques that keep you safe as a citizen and shows you how to react in an emergency situation. So FDNY will be here on April 27th. No need to sign up. Just come at 6:30 and they will do the CPR. They teach you. It's pretty cool. And they will also add the Stop the Bleed, which is super important.
Thank you. District Manager's report.
Okay, so since our last board meeting, our office has received 23 new or renewal liquor licenses. And we received the comp stats. Comp stats are outside on the table, outside by Natasha. So anyone interested can pick them up on your way out.
Thank you. Is there any old business?
Old businesses, the hiring. Okay, I want to make sure I'm in the right category. The hiring committee is pleased to announce, and I'm sure you all have seen the email, the job posting for the district manager has been posted by the Brooklyn Borough President's Office. It's on all social media. It's on LinkedIn. It's on Indeed. If you're interested in applying or you know someone that's interested in applying, please go on the job site or reach out to Cynthia and myself and we can provide the link. It will be up until May 8th. We will have further reports at another time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other old business?
Oh, just to add for Pat, that any questions regarding the hiring should be referred to herself or me, as our chair has recused himself and as has the board, the assistant DM and Natasha. Thank you.
I wanted to, do you want to make a comment on that?
No.
Okay. I wanted to personally thank Maria and Natasha for making copies available of the minutes of every committee and of the community board for everyone here to read along. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I see a hand up from Antoinette.
Hi, I have just a couple of questions for the chair report. Is there an update on Steiner Studios? And also, are there any plans to have Batworks come and speak to the board?
No update on Steiner Studios. We will ask them again. I didn't quite catch the full part. You said if Batworks is coming, will be coming before the board?
Yeah, if there's any plans to have them come and speak to the board.
We can certainly ask them to, yes.
Okay, great. And also for hiring I saw that the posting was up and I just had a question about the range. And if you could just the salary range, if anyone could just speak to how that was formulated.
I am going to defer to Cynthia, who worked on that together with the Borough President's Office.
So it's a city job. So city rates are set by the city of New York. The range is for new hires as well as somebody, the top range is someone with 2 or more years of city experience. We did not set the salary. It is set by the city of New York. It is a civil service title. And the rates are set by the Borough President's Office, at least initially. when a borough or when a district manager is here. As everybody knows, we have voted in the past to do increases, but the initial first hire, those rates are set by the city of New York. Did that clarify it, Antoinette?
Yeah, thank you for clarifying.
Of course.
Thank you.
And it closes May 8th, by the way, for everybody.
New business, Katie Walsh. Salud.
Bless you. I happened to find this. I can't even remember how I found it, and I just wanted to make sure I brought it up. Empire Wind has a small community grants program funding that's available. I'm surprised that we didn't hear about it. I don't know if anyone heard about it, but I just wanted to bring it up for this purpose. There had been something that Empire Wind had. It was called like I think it was like the Ecosystem Fund. And it was something that we knew about, community boards haven't been alerted about. I just happened again to see this small community grants program. It's due April 22nd, and organizations can apply for 5,000, 15,000, and 30,000. And it says it's for projects and programs and initiatives based in or targeting Southwest Brooklyn, especially Sunset Park. So again, I think we have to close the gap with Empire Wind and make sure that they know to come to the community board to share these opportunities about April 22nd. And the other thing, again, I wanted to kind of put in the record is it says that there's a selection committee that includes local leaders, and I also don't know who that is. And so I also just wanted to put that in the record. So I think that's a follow-up of Empire Wind. And then the other thing is on Saturday, April 25th, Sunset Park will celebrate the Car-Free Earth Day on 5th Avenue between 41st and 45th between 10 and 4, and there's going to be a bunch of activities. So again, Saturday, April 25th, Car-Free Earth Day. That means the streets will be closed, that portion, between 41st and 45th from 10 to 4. And that's DOT who's running that. And then the last is that this had come through the community board, but Jonathan Martinez, who's another board member, and I are on, I think it's technically the advisory committee for something called Blue Horizon that is trying to support more young people, community access to the waterfront that's at Brooklyn Army Terminal. And they're planning right now, I don't have flyers, but on Sunday, May 3rd, they want to do, they want to offer like model boat racing and construction. So that's Sunday, May 3rd. I don't have the times, but as soon as we do, we can include it in upcoming newsletter. Thank you.
And I just want to share, there was a huge sinkhole today on 46th Street between 4th and 5th, closer to 4th Avenue, takes up the entire intersection. So 46th Street is closed to through traffic between 4th and 5th Avenue. Huge sinkhole.
Thank you. Is there any other new business? Seeing or hearing none, there being no other item on the agenda, the meeting is now adjourned. Have a good night, everyone.